Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hartelijk welkom. Is that in a good spell? Goedemiddag. I think Helga today said by introducing the different sessions, there is one session which is not in Dutch, and voila, you are here. I'm very sorry that you have to listen to my English, but my Dutch is worse than my Chinese, so I think otherwise you would run away. My name is Murat. I was today instructed by my colleague Lisa to implement a quiz in my presentation. So, what can you win today, these elements? I hope you will listen very carefully. My name is Murat. I'm 45 years old. I'm since 26 years in the recycling business, in the metal recycling business. I am responsible for the non-ferrous business of EMR in Europe. For all those, but I think everyone know what non-ferrous is. Helga, what is non-ferrous? Yeah, very close. So everything what the magnet doesn't stick usually is a part of my business. So A like aluminium or Z like zinc. This is a part of our business. We said, Willeke also, where is Willeke? I saw MRF. Here, yeah. You made a fantastic statement today how important this metal recycling is at the end of the day. And we usually say at the BIR, in Zurich, in our associations, that metal scrap is not waste, right? It's a raw material from recycling. And here we're coming now to the quiz, what my colleague just, asked me to do. Imagine, we would be all together now in Albert Heijn. Albert Heijn is a supermarket. And we would have that shopping trolley, right? And instead of putting now food or water inside, we would put now copper scrap inside. So imagine, now get out the food and the drinks. Imagine how much value would be inside of this trolley, of this shopping trolley. Please, give me some numbers. Come on. Is it 50 euro, 5 euro? You can win something, Lisa. This is... Helga, what do you think? What is the worth of a shopping trolley full of copper scrap?
Oh, full of copper scrap?
Yeah, it depends on the trolley and the quality, but roughly. 5,000 euros? More, okay, wow. I should sell to you guys. Yeah, okay, all right. Just some figures, guys. Who is closer? 50 euro, okay. Something more? 100 euro, yeah. Something more, just give me a number, come on. 1,000 euro. 1,750. This is a real broker, I can tell you guys. This is a real broker. And I would say the medal goes to him. It depends on the quality, on the trolley, but between 2,500 euro. So metal scrap is not waste. It's a raw material. You will not find it littered at the beaches or, thrown away to the oceans. And that is something, Willeke, what we always need to also to tell to policymakers when they are talking about waste. It needs to be differentially, viewed on the cases of metal scrap. So, but congratulations, 1,750, you win this, and I think the medal of the day, yeah? All right. So, 1-7, all right. Let's go through the very short agenda. I'll talk about EMR, who we are, what we are doing, where we are located. Before we, let's say that way, keeping in mind and remembering ourselves, why is it important to secure our world, yeah? And what are the problems at the end of the day, of today? I use the concept of the Earth Overshoot Day concept. You might have heard about that. And what are the answers of EMR, European Metal Recycling, to reduce CO2? Now, let me take you to a little short journey with me. When I was young, it's not a long time ago, Thijs, right? I was always fascinated by the universe, yeah? I was an absolutely fan of Star Trek. I think I didn't miss any episode of it. Yeah, so I was always, watching it and dreaming about the universe and whatever. And in the school time, one of my teachers told me, Murat, sorry. This is first of all the introduction of EMR before I go with you to the journey. Now we go on to EMR, shortly who we are. European Metal Recycling, 160 yards worldwide, 10 million tons of ferrous scrap, 1 million tons of non-ferrous scrap. We have 160 yards, 4,000 colleagues. We have yards in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, in Alphen aan der Rijn, in Nijmegen, and in Rotterdam. Yeah, and actually that's our business. Now come back with me to the journey. As I said, I was sitting in the school. Yeah, in this moment I would like also to beam myself away, like in the Star Treks. So I was fascinated with all these universe things, and my teacher said, Murat, do you know that outside there are more planets than grains of sand on Earth? Now, because it's worth repeating it, there are more planets outside than grains of sand. And only here in the Netherlands, you probably know it better than me, is more than 450 kilometers of beaches. Now imagine how many grains of sand you would have and multiply it with the world beaches, right? And there are more planets outside. So if we would like to visit all those planets, we would use a starship because we can't breathe outside. We couldn't find food or water on those planets, right? And actually, when we keep that concept, like, how would we treat that starship? Because it's saving us at the end of the day. We would take care. We would do everything to protect that starship because it's at the end of the day, it's securing us, right? So, but when we look to our Earth, is one of, I don't know how many trillions, this Earth gives us exactly what the starship would give us. But instead of taking care of the ship, we're destroying it. We don't take care. But we all know that we should leave this Earth at the end of the day in a better condition than we found for the next generations. And how is the damage? And I will use the concept of the Earth Overshoot Day. You probably have known and you heard about that Earth Overshoot Day concept. The Earth Overshoot Day concept marks the day within the year where the humanity's demand for resources and services exceed what the world can regenerate in that year. So it's the day where we're using more resources than the world can regenerate, right? And last year, that day was in July. So we are using, at the end of the day, the resources of 2 Earths already. So we need to reduce. We need to reduce our consumption. That consumption happens, for example, in the industrial area. Right? We are digging deeper and deeper in the minings now to get out the raw materials, right? I mean, like alone in the copper mines, what we are talking sometimes from, we are already kilometers deep to get out ground, earth, which contains less than 2% of copper. And now, Willeke, just to compare it with copper mulberry scrap, 100% metals, saves energy, and CO2 at the end of the day. But it's not only the industrial consumption what we need to reduce. At the end of the day, we as consumers need to do also something. Last year, we did send back 600 million products, what we purchased online, we sent back. Now, it's not bad to send it back because we don't like the color or the size or the brand or whatever. Those products which are sent back, this is only in Germany, 600 million products in Germany within a year, last year. So it's billions of products in Europe, when you imagine. Those products are not going one-to-one back into the warehouse. That is the problem. A big part is thrown away because it's costly too much for the producers or for the traders to replace them or to put them back into the warehouse again. Now, these are products, at the end of the day, which used energy and created CO2. And that's a shocker. If you would visit today, and I think, Dirk, where are you? Please raise your hand. I can't see you. There, yeah. We spoke today about the electronic recycling business. And if you would visit an electronic recycling yard, my colleagues from the electronic recycling area, hi, you're welcome. You would be shocked at the end of the day if you would see totally not unpacked products which have to be destroyed by order of the producer or by the trader. And that needs to be stopped, of course. So we need to reduce, industrially wise, but also we personally from the consumption side. Now, besides reducing, we also have to reuse much more. Well, when was the last time you were able to repair something? I ask you now, because you're looking to me. When did you repair something in your house? What did you repair? Okay, that's quite okay. You look to the picture and you're okay, I got you. But I think you are still angry because you didn't win the prize. But okay. Anyhow. That's an honest answer. Well, actually, I have a story of mine. Last year, I bought my little 2 boys a remote car. You know, remote cars, yeah? And as boys are, naturally, you know, they have talents to destroy things. I tell you, my little boys, they have super talent. And after a few days, those remote cars were broken. And so what did I do? Probably what my father in the 70s would have done. He would, you know, I tried to repair it. So I dismantled it, and it was a chaos. It It was impossible to repair at the end of the day. The metals and the plastic was melted in a way together which makes it impossible. Yeah? So when we talk about waste, I think producers who are selling those kind of products, they produce waste at the end of the day. They are really littering it in our markets at the end of the day. And I think here we need also to push the policymakers to make clear that such products which are not recyclable, or very hard recyclable, and which are not repairable, should be forbidden at the end of the day because we are losing raw materials. Now, we come now to the last thing, which is then recycling. You know, we said we want to reduce, we have to reduce and reuse, and also the things what are not reusable anymore, we need to recycle. But the products are getting more and more complex, so we have to invest more and more into the technology. And I was just participating 2 weeks ago in a German video conference with the Ministry of Economy and Sustainability, with a lot of more people, like the associations and more companies. And I was listening because the worry was, because of the Russia and Ukraine conflict, that we will get too less raw materials for our industry. And in half an hour, I was listening, and the only discussion was, how can we replace minings? How can we make sure with other countries to have new minings and whatever. I was the first in that whole area who asked, what about circular economy? You know, what about our industry at the end of the day? Soon we will have 60 million tons of e-scrap every year in the world, but only a few percentage will be recycled today. But these electronic scrap, they contain exactly the rare earth, the minor metals, and so on, what we need now at the end of the day. So where is the need? The need is for less bureaucracy. The need is to give incentives to widen the capacities. Today, it's easier when you're saving 2% energy at your home to get an incentive, but when you can save 10 or 15% of minor metals, you get nothing. So here is an idea at the end of the day for all the recycling companies to donate a CO2 certificate for every ton what you're rescuing, and to make the bureaucracy less at the end of the day. So we were together in the universe, yeah, so we were flying to the Earth. We have seen the Earth overshoot concept. And what are the answers actually of EMR? And that's why we are here, because we have also, let's say, the same problem like every company has. And we would like to share our decade of action and our concept at the end of the day, what we think is right. So our vision is definitely, as EMR, to be a global leader for sustainable materials. We want to be at 2040 carbon net zero. This is our goal at the end of the day. And our approach is to invest into future technologies. And in fact, in the last decades, our owner did invest 99% of all their profits again back into the business. Why? Because this is our time, ladies and gentlemen. This is our industry. If not we, who should do it then? So we strongly believe in that. The why. We define the human and economic costs of the COVID-19 pandemic have been tragically high. It has forced us to pause and think about the resilience of our nations and businesses. We underestimated this risk and were globally underprepared. It was unexpected, a black swan event. And climate change is much more certain, and economists agree that the impact will be much more profound. It's just unfolding in slow motion before our eyes. Now, we identified 4 pillars where we would like to take actions and where we are already taking actions. It's the energy productivity, it's the renewable energy, it's the movement of people, and the movement of material. What did we do so far? Productivity of energy. We want as a goal, you see it on the left side, we want to achieve next year 30% of the productivity system within all of our yards. And we are in USA, in UK, in Europe. We want to have minimum 30% of our yards equipped with the productivity system. By 2026 is our goal 60%, and 2030 we want to have on all of our sites, all of our yards, this productivity system. And we strongly believe in that. Renewable energy. 30% by next year, 60% by 26, and 100% renewable energy by 2030. And the same with the movement of people. 30% by 23, 60% by 26, and 100% by 2030. It could be even faster, but I think every one of us know when you order today a car, you probably get it in 2 years or whatever because of the semiconductor problems. So, but these are our goals, what we want to achieve. On the material handling and movement, it's a little bit more difficult because the techniques, for example, for the trucks, you guys will know, is it hydrogen, is it electricity, where is the journey going to, is 5, 10, and 20% until 2030. So this is our joint journey with the whole company, with USA, with UK, with Europe, what we want to do, what we will achieve at the end of the day, because we strongly believe in those goals. And please follow us. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, on the Facebook, wherever you would like to follow us. We have very, very good projects like now. We are just announcing how to protect again the neodymium metals. Dirk, you will know from the magnets, instead of throwing them away back to the ferrous. So those projects you can read with us and you can stay with us, you can visit us, we can learn together how to protect and at the end of the day secure the raw materials from the circular economy. Now, let me say, thank you for the very short presentation. Thank you very much for inviting EMR again here to have the possibility to present you our decade of action, where we are very proud of, actually, and say tot ziens. Thank you.